You're playing, it
This
looks
is
like a Fender, but
it's a Fernandes.
yeah. Tell me about it.
Well, all my guitars have very unique stories. This one's very unique too. I was working on a Volkswagen and needed a big old socket to pull the flywheel off, and had gotten permission from my wife to buy a nicer guitar. I went to the pawn store and I saw this, and I knew some things about it were a little bit on the special side,
Uh-huh.
and they had it for $200, and I offered them 150, and they said no. I came back a week later and offered them 150 again. They said no again. I came back 2 weeks later. It was still there, and I offered them 150 bucks, and they gave me the 150 bucks. I gave them the 150 bucks for
So
it.
you were looking for a
Socket
socket for your.
Volkswagen flywheel,
Oh, good. What kind of Volkswagen?
67 Bug.
All right. So you might as well
Volkswagen.
buy a guitar while you're getting it.
Well, I found it and saw it, and I knew it had some special things on it. So I was filling out the receipt, and the guy said, "You don't have to do that." And I said, "Oh yeah, I have to do all this right here." And I filled it out completely. And I said, "You guarantee me this guitar is not ripped off?" And he said, "No, it's not ripped off." And I said, "Good, because I just ripped you off." And I turned around and walked out of the stores. Only time in my life I've ever had a pawn store fine. Whoever worked on this guitar knew what they were doing. To start with, at the top, it has Sperzel tuning keys on it.
Uh-huh.
It's state of the art. The one hole is plugged from the other tuning keys, which shows it was done by somebody excellent. It has, you might not be able to see a little hole that's been dialed
Sure.
and filled, but it just shows that it was somebody correct. And my neck is sanded, and so all I have to do is take two 20 grit sandpaper, a couple of strokes, and it's slick as glass.
Ooh.
Yeah, and this is a maple fretboard. It just has no finish on it, and it's as dirty as all get out. And I love it. It's got the jumbo frets on it, and then it has original Joe Barden hand wound pickups, the same ones that Danny Gatton used. And then I changed the pick guard, and then I have a burl volume knob so I can ride my volume knob a lot on it. That's pretty much it. It's no real trickery.
Did you add that, or was that when you bought it? It was there.
No, I added the burl knob because I use my volume knob
Okay.
a lot, and it just makes it easier to grab. But the thing about it is the guitar will do anything you ask it to do. I worked at Rhythm City for years, and so I've played every kind of guitar you could imagine. This guitar, you want it to sound like a banjo, it'll sound like a banjo. You want it to rock out, it will do anything. I'm using it in a big band context today because we're playing rock music. I have a archtop big band guitar that I use when we're playing just pure big band charts. But today, because we're playing rock charts, I have this, and on the big band guitar you can't bend notes. And this one you can bend notes all day long if you want to. It's just a super nice guitar. Plays perfectly in tune. It just anything you want it to do. I've been using it for 25 years, 30 years. And I got stolen one time. So I came home, had done 3 gigs, then played at church on Sunday morning, then came home playing Sunday night. Monday morning I got up went to go find my phone. And I kept looking for my phone, and I couldn't find my phone, and then it dawned on me, forget about your phone, what about your guitar? And I had a wife and 2 kids, and I actually needed this guitar, because it was my extra income, and I needed the income. And the guy who stole my phone, and then he replaced his chip, or took my chip and put it in his phone. And so I started tracing the phone calls. And when I called his mom, after she cussed me out and slammed the phone down on me, this guitar was sitting in her living room when she cussed me out. The next lady that I called, after I got her to calm down, I said, I'm not accusing you of stealing anything. I'm just telling you where this phone number has came to. And so she said, well, let me check with my daughter who just got out of jail. And so
She'll know.
Yeah, she'll know. And so they said that they were over at this hotel, which is around the corner from my house. And I went over there and I watched as the cops came in. And then they didn't go back to the police station. They went across the freeway. They went across the freeway and picked this guitar up. And the detective called me in less than 48 hours. I had this guitar back in my hands, and as everybody out there in this world knows, once something is stolen from you, you never ever see it again. And this is one of the finest. I put this instrument. I got a Paul Reed Smith. It's a 10 top, 24, 2001, stunning guitar. I got an 81 Les Paul Natural. I've got guitars. None of them compare to this guitar and what it'll do. I can rely on this guitar that whatever I need to do, because I play mostly country. I know I'm in a big band. I love playing country, and I can chicken pick on this guitar. I can make it sound like a banjo. And I don't use any distortion pedals. I use 0 pedals, and I can go from playing a country tune like Cole by Chris Stapleton and turn around and do Stevie Ray Vaughan with this guitar, and all I've done is turn the volume up and play the guitar harder.
All right. So which amp do you use? Do you have a specific amp?
I run 2 amps. I run a Blues Junior, an original Blues Junior, and then I have a deluxe reissue, the 65 reissue, I guess it is, in wine red. And so I bought that, and so I run those 2 amps. The distortion or grit comes out of my Blues Junior, and then the clean sound comes out of my deluxe. And so that way I get both, because I can't stand playing a distorted amp and you get down in the low and on the bass string, 6 string, and it sounds like mud because it can't reproduce it properly.
Sure, right.
So I get both sounds, get the clean sound and the overdrive sound from my Blues Junior. And my Blues Junior, that's the one I have here using today. It's a one-trick pony, but once again, it does one thing and it does it very well. And I'm not into knobs. But I stopped. I got every effect in the world, but I stopped using them.
Really?
Because, well, it's just too much trouble. Because and so I'm at the 3rd set. The drunk people out in the audience do not care that my delay is off. I'm sitting there looking down at my delay going, this is wrong. I need to fix it. I need to fix it. I'm not playing guitar anymore. I'm sitting there worried about this pedal not functioning properly. And so forget this. They don't care, and it doesn't matter. This is a 3-minute song. And in the studio, of course, that's totally different. You know,
It's all about the tone.
Yeah. You do everything you can do there, but I've quit using pedals. Today I have some rock solos, and I don't have a single pedal on that stage. And coming off the fat switch on my Blues Junior, and it's just the way I hit it and attack it. But these pickups, these Joe Barden hand-wound pickups that Danny Gatton used.
Sure.
But Danny Gatton was the who he started making pickups for. And you're familiar with Danny Gatton. There's nobody like Mr. Danny Gatton. They call him the master of the Telecaster.
But you've had this how many years?
Oh God, probably. Well, since before my kids were born, so probably about 30 years I've been playing this guitar.
30-year-old guitar that you're still playing. It looks pretty decent.
And I adore it. I love it. Love the guitar. It's fun to play with, and I've been playing with it. I mean, it's just a great guitar. To be able to play with this band that I'm playing with,
What a hoot.
it's. I worked my brains out. I've been since day one of this band. It's almost 15 years that I've been playing this band, and these people are just the best that money can buy in Atlanta, because you get paid for rehearsal. Whether I'm good enough or not to be here, it's the fact that there's a big band that I can play in, because there's not many of them around. And we're here the last Sunday of every month at MadLife, and we've been here since January, and we're booked until I think March of next year. That's crazy. It's like, is this 1940s New York or something?
Yeah, it is.
To sit here and sell out shows in Woodstock, Georgia as a big band? I can't believe I'm getting to do this every single month after month in this beautiful club here. We're recording today. We're in the recording studio of this club right now. Why don't you spin that camera around and grab where we're sitting at and catch all this. This is inside I did the same thing.
Yeah, sorry. I saw you.
It's got yellow tape too, and it doesn't help, does it?
Nope.
Yeah, and this video over there on the left, we will be videotaping today, and you see how nice of a setup this is. It's a world-class facility, and to get to do this is just crazy. I can't say that enough.